what do we mean when we say operations? Now, there are a couple of different definitions that I will clarify in the next couple of modules, but this is the definition of ops that we use in the Triple S framework. Now, we just learned that your business, your organization, is actually comprised of nothing more than a bunch of tasks, stuff that has to get done. And if all these things get done, somehow there's a business. So these tasks are also called processes. Now, these tasks range from closing the deals, managing the bank accounts, delivering the services, shipping the goods, whatever it is that you're doing. Operations is all of it, and it's how you do it. Okay? And when I say how, that covers a lot, and we'll get into that. So operations is how you are accomplishing all of these tasks or processes in your business. That could be mostly in your head. That could be spreadsheets. It could be a billion different ways. You are here to learn how to make your business processes scalable. That means time freedom and money freedom is obtained as a result of how you do the tasks in your business. And there are 4 quadrants to operations that we take every single business process in order to optimize. First is called break it down. This means for each process in the business, we lay out step by step, step 1, step 2, step 3, exactly what is required to achieve in order to complete the task. This list should be granular and it should be robust. Granular means that each step on your breakdown consists of only one skill. In other words, you wouldn't say step 3, enter the data into the spreadsheet and then make a pretty infographic, because working with data and numbers and making things pretty are very different skills. So that's the breakdown. And robust means that, for one, a human being could manually do every single thing, every step on that breakdown. And there are other ways to do those things. It could be automated. It could be AI. It could be a person doing it manually. You never want a process step that's so specific that it tells you how to do the step, right? You shouldn't be talking about tools or what to click. We are just covering what to accomplish in the breakdown. The second quadrant is called systematize. Systematizing is when we do determine how we are going to accomplish the steps in the breakdown. And this is where you get into researching tools and technology and frameworks and stuff. In fact, it helps you avoid shiny object syndrome completely, because rather than being flooded with all these new tools and technologies and ideas, you are starting with your process and your task, looking at what you have to accomplish, and then evaluating different tools and options against that process. But we are getting ahead here. Point is, you systematize it, and then you build a workflow in those tools. You optimize those tools to accomplish those steps. Third quadrant is we automate. This means we look at all the steps we just worked out, and we determine which of these tasks are repeating, are the same every single time, because we do not want to be paying somebody to do mindless, brainless, tedious, soul-sucking work. It's a win-win for everyone when you automate the repeating tasks. And the fourth quadrant is delegation. Please excuse my handwriting here. It's hard to write sideways. Delegation means now that you've completed the other 3 quadrants, you have earned the right to outsource and delegate and hire, and you will do so profitably and efficiently if you have followed the framework. Now, these are in an order for a very specific reason. I'd like to cover that. Breaking it down before systematizing means we determine what we're doing before we determine how we do it. Like I said, this keeps your processes efficient and lean. It prevents you from getting bloated with technology and ideas and shiny object syndrome. We always automate after we systematize because the automations are limited by the tools we select. Whether we are using Make or Zapier third-party automations, or whether we are using the native built-in automations to the tools that we've selected for the system, either way, we have to know what tools we're working with in order to engineer the automations. And we always automate before we delegate, as I mentioned, because we don't want to be paying someone to do repeatable tasks. And I should mention here, all of this gets documented, and that means there are step-by-step video and text documentation for all of this for every single process. And the last thing I'll leave you with is the acronym Be SAD, because you will be sad if you do not have business operations.